Hey everyone, my name is Matt, and that's Bruce Donavan. Donovan's walking around back there. He's on an adventure. Welcome back to our home renovation, remodel, whatever we're calling it, series thing. This episode should be the last little bit of the outside details on the sunroom here. So we have the steps to install. That's kind of the biggest thing, and then we can finish out the trim work that kind of goes around all the steps as they come off the deck. So we have our deck we installed a few episodes ago. It's going to go down into our steps here, then go out to the patio. So there's a few kind of things going on here. One thing is that the math just kind of worked out so that instead of having to cut our own stringers, we could use pre-cuts because our rise is 7 inches on these, and that's going to be kind of what we actually need. A fun, interesting detail about this is normally with your stringers, you kind of hang them, down here so that the this rim becomes the first riser of the steps. Because of how this all laid out, we can actually use the top of the stringer as an extension of the deck, essentially. So just like we have over here with our temporary steps, we can hang our stringers high and just have the deck continue out straight onto the first step, and then we go down to our first actual riser over there. So the stringer is actually going to be part of the deck, come out 2 more boards, and then go down to our first riser and step and all that. Another kind of fun, complicating factor with this whole thing, which we'll have to kind of deal with and work around, is this post. So this has been sitting here for 2 months now, and as it's dried, it has done it's twisted significantly. So we'll be kind of shimming this twist out. It's out maybe, I don't know, a quarter to a half inch as you go down. It's kind of twisting around, but it's still square at the structure up top, which is good. But down here it has pivoted. So we'll be shimming that out to get it all straight, because all this gets continuous kind of skirting all the way across down to the stairs, ties into this post. This post becomes a pillar or column detail, kind of similar to what's going on over here. So right now it's a 6x6, but it'll end up being reading as a 12x12 down to a 14x14 at the bottom where the sill comes across. So a lot of little details over here, a lot to do. First thing we're doing is getting our base installed. So this 2x12 form board from way back in the day, down there on our footings, still got some concrete on it. That's going to be our base, which will go down here on the ground, and it's going to be the landing for the stringers down in there. So we'll get this thing installed first, and then I think we'll just be slamming the stringers in.
Actually, we're going to attach the stringers to that, but we're going to level it first.
Whatever.
So they'll be all attached in one piece, so it was all in one piece.
Fine.
Might be that way.
I don't know why I bother telling what's going to happen next, because it's never what's going to happen next.
You just tell them and then I change my mind.
That's what it is. We've done enough of these now where it's like you plan it. You're like, I'm going to tell him this one thing, and then I'm going to tell him something different as he's doing this. Anyway, so that's what we're working on today. Just getting started with the steps, and then once the steps are in place, we can do the rest of the trim details, get this panel finished up, and then add that panel and make this into a giant post.
There's going to be a giant post.
Quite large. A little deeper. Zero confidence.
Zero. I'll give you all the confidence you got. Up where we want to be. One more down. About there.
That's
a big old high spot.
Yeah.
Right there, so.
What's the word?
Huh?
What's the word?
Leveling sand or some really fine sand would be easier for this. But we don't have any.
Well, let's go dig back down again. Find our beach sand.
A little bit high on that end, but that's okay. I mean, it's all right. Let's grab one of our deals and see how close. Just like so little. Yeah, that's about where we want it.
The twist. It's crazy. That's a big twist.
Yep. So the first one, we want to just cut that off. Now I'm just cutting off the nose. Very unhappy blade.
Still cuts nice though. The cut quality is pretty good. Where am I going?
All the way kind of back, at least to the corner.
The wall, like the house?
Well,
or
that's probably good enough.
here?
A little bit off. I think we're a little bit in on the inside. Come in just a little bit. The deck could come out a little bit because I need about 7/16
You
on
want to
this
hold it off?
outside.
You want to hold off the wall?
No, I'm trying to get. That's tight, but I need to be about there. So there's a little bit of we got a little bit of this going on by about maybe a 1/4 inch. But
Yeah.
with our overhang, we'll never see it.
Reclaim salvaged stringers. That was a lot of nails.
You think?
Holy crap, 10 per, 20 per stringer? It gets nailed from the bottom and the sides?
There's
Holy crap. 6 more? 26, that's a whole clip per stringer.
You think?
That's crazy.
Good?
Yep.
Don't stand there. So I need 5.5, and then we'll just
Block it up.
block it tight in there.
All right.
Holy crap! How do we do that?
What happened?
12:30.
Oh. Oh boy. Please don't bury me.
Better hurry!
Hurry up before you bury. That's a lot of stringers.
Yep.
Yeah.
Huh?
The deck is bigger.
It is. It is.
Yep, that's a bigger deck.
They need to be short of that anyway. So if we cut them to here.
Oh, back to that stringer?
Yep. Because we'll run a router for our skirt down here.
Yeah, that's fine. So that's far enough away from that wall?
Yep. We just need to. Yep. That's perfect because then we get our run what we need to in there. Right. Those different.
Huh?
Those are thicker. These are different.
Yeah, they're okay?
I don't care.
Oh, I don't know. I'm just making sure it's not like a, oh no.
They're not permanent.
I know. I'll just make sure I can throw off your temp install.
Yeah.
I don't know where is our. That's good. I mean, for temp steps. Huh. 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 I actually walk up here. Huh. Yeah, so now you can really see that twist. So now with our steps in place, we start working on our little fill-in pieces, column and all of this. We're gonna take care of this twisted post situation first, it sounds
Make
like.
it go away. We're gonna hide it.
We're gonna get rid of the twist here and make a new reference here, because that's gonna be a lot easier to have a nice, flat, straight, square reference before we start filling in all of this too. So this is going to get that panel detail, so we'll have a kind of triangular panel down here with the skirt board on the end of the stringer, and then it's 2 panels, right? One
There'll be 2 panels and then a third panel just
little baby one.
into the other side of the gutter.
Little baby panel there, big panel, triangle panel.
Equal panels.
They're equal. Also, they're equal. All right, so we're going to attach a new member to here, get it plumbed up and squared up, and then that'll become our new reference going around the corner. Of course, I put the bulb by you, because you know that makes sense. It looks pretty good from here. It's not bad. Oh.
Oh, that scares me.
Is it good?
Yes. here to here.
Right there.
Okay, check these.
For what? Parallel?
Yep.
6.
Because this is about a 1/4 inch shy, remember?
Yeah, so that's a little off, but not too bad.
What do we have out here? Ooh.
Oh boy, way the hell out. Greater than 90 again, but more
well,
greater.
no, see, we got to go. It's another 1/2 inch.
Oh, past that?
Yep. Like about there. Is that close?
No. No.
It's even worse.
Yeah.
Okay. This thing's twisted, you know that?
I didn't quite know how badly it was twisted until you try and make it square.
Is it moving at all? Probably not.
Ow. That's pretty good right there.
Where I'm at?
Yeah. Between the lines. Pretty damn close.
Okay.
So here's where we're at right now. Still kind of chasing this because it's not really, something is tweaking this somewhere. It's not coming out square. But it's kind of getting there. Just figure out what needs to go where to pull the whole thing into square all the way around. Because right now the corners are all greater than 90. So it looks like this needs to go this way. Can you get it? Or you want me to hold it? That seems better. At least from back here. Is that all it was, really?
Doesn't take a lot.
Just that twist and that.
It's that little bit of a twist.
Okay, so our post column, whatchamacallit thing is furred out and pretty close to square. So we're gonna start kind of working through the panel stock. So we got, again, the panels that are gonna be on here, kind of similar to this detail here. And we're also gonna have the bottom of the column paneled so it kind of matches the detail on this side of the house with the boral, sill, and then panel detail beneath that. So we're trying to get all this out of the remaining one panel we have and all of the offcuts. So it's going to be probably pretty close. And it would really not be fun to go and buy a whole nother 4x8 sheet just for like
9 by 20.
for a 9x20 strip of a 4x whole sheet. I'm good. Well, we're going to make it work. Make it work. But
Free plywood.
free plywood. So now we're going to start doing the framing here for the panel system. So we have a piece that's going to span between the posts, and then this guy right here will lay in here, back in there, and give us a backer to fasten all the trim and panel stuff to. Right there.
I'll give it something else, huh?
That's enough. I want some more.
Out a little bit. As soon as you get
the camera on.
The camera. Soon as you get the camera.
It was fine.
Now I just put the plywood. You hold the pieces in place, and I'll nail the plywood over.
I live here now.
Yep. Matt's in his little hole. gonna go get coffee and donuts.
Alright,
I'll be back.
I'm taking a nap.
Okay. Yeah, you probably have to go right against. I think there's a.
Yeah, right against the wall.
Yep, right against the wall is really the only place we can go.
Okay.
We're grabbing the level.
Okay. You abandoned me.
I did. Okay, I'm good. Right there.
Oh. Oh. Ah. Ah. A little bit of a downpour now, so we're working on fitting our sill around here. Big old drops of water. So we're doing miter angles down to 1/4 of a degree because that's how we do things out here apparently. This one here is at 44 3/4 of a degree. Try and get this nice and tight.
So if I take another,
Yeah, they're a little long still.
just a half a saw blade.
Yep.
Likey?
That's pretty good for,
Outside trim.
yeah. It's better than most of the stuff in the house right now. So that's on there, ready to go with its final home once these outside trim pieces are there, and we'll butt this up into it and put it on for good.
How come it's still got to go up?
No? What happened? It's too long now?
Oh. Like,
Like it's
how the hell can this be
it ain't
cool?
going up anymore.
Oh, like, how can that happen? We just put it up there.
I know, so like it just fit. It just fit a second ago. It's starting to look a lot more finished. Alright, last little fill piece for our column here. You can go right in there and that'll complete all the trim work on this top part of the column. Still more.
There's more.
Still got more down there. But we're getting closer. Ho, 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 ho. I wasn't sure if we're gonna hit any meat behind that.
Yeah, I don't know if there's 8 inches of column back there.
It looks a little weird right now with the skinnier bottom, but it's starting to look like something. You can really see how this detail on this side just goes up and around and comes back down this side again. And this panel detail will continue over here. It's starting to look like something. And this side too, you can see how that detail continues across this whole opening again. Really just frames this in really nicely. That just happened to work out. What do you think, Pancake? Do you have something hidden under there you can't get to anymore? There's some snacks under there. So next up is the skirt board, which is going to essentially connect this band down to here. Going to use the track saw thingamajiggy to get the angle cut on the end. So on here, it's got a little stop there. You can set whatever angle you need, which was 54 and, wait, no,
58.4. It was 32.6.
Too many numbers. 32.6 degrees. So we gotta go off of 90. Something. There you go. There's your crazy steep miter angle.
Let go past.
How's it look? Want to tweak it a little bit?
This is gonna have to come this way anyway. You good down there?
Fucking puddles here. In a puddle.
The one puddle that there's not a single puddle around. Wow.
Splish splash. Oh my god, okay. It's like there's nothing there.
I know.
This is the weirdest material I've ever worked with. There's nothing there. It's bizarre. You like to make it challenging for yourself?
$32.5 degrees.
0.1 degree off. Start over. Do it again. Pretty good, huh?
You're a 1/4 inch off.
Ah, 1/4 inch. Ah. I call him Mr. Quarter. Or something. I know over there it gets heavy.
Yep.
Like the middle one, if it was just the middle, but for sure 3.5 would have been.
I think 3.5 with those other ones is too much.
Yeah. I'm gonna always zip a little off of those too. What do you think, like closer to 5? Just make it happen.
Alright.
I don't care. Just make it. Just do it. Just do it.
5.5.
Or something around there. Whatever. If it's easier to do. Were they now 7? Do 6 or something.
They're 7.25 now.
You want to do 6? And that'll be right on the seam? I don't know. I'm just here cutting stuff.
Better.
I think so. Here, why don't you cut this guy and I'll take a look.
We got more material.
I don't know.
We got Shear Brothers. We got.
Oh yeah,
material.
call him up. Just send another truck. We need more boral. Run back.
Better?
Yeah.
All right. Why don't you give me those other two? And then do we want to go like maybe a 4 on that inside corner?
Yeah, a little bit narrower.
Oh, I think we're good.
That actually worked out.
Who would have thunk, huh?
You certainly wouldn't have thought. Your self-confidence is lacking.
What's that?
What's that? With self-confidence?
Yeah.
Yeah. Uh-huh.
Are you supposed to have some of that?
Sure.
Okay.
Just a little
Do you know where
sprinkle.
you find it?
Yeah, you order it, comes on a truck.
Yeah.
You get a truckload of it?
You spend $2,500 truckload?
Yes. I mean, it's not cheap, that's for sure.
I forgot.
So next we're going to start stepping through all of the small parts. So we have all of our little scraps and offcuts that we can get all of our little pieces from. So we have our corner post pieces, which are all ripped to size already right there. We got this panel here to finish up. Got these panels over here to finish up, and we got this little piece over here to finish up too. But we're gonna get closer and closer. This is all of the 3/4 material we have left for scraps, and we're gonna be pretty good on materials here, like real efficient. It's looking like.
We're gonna start gathering up sawdust.
Yeah, we're gonna start
remaking some
We're
boral.
gonna start pressing our own boral panels pretty soon here. So over here we have this triangle cutout, which is from the skirt board on the other side. So that happens to be exactly the little angle
our
piece that we need to go in here. So that offcut's gonna be that piece. We got another offcut here, which is gonna be this piece, and then we'll have another piece that comes along here, all out of scraps. That feels pretty good. I know Donovan's pretty happy right now. I know you're pretty happy right now. I like that little detail. That's cool. There we go. One more piece.
New piece.
A little piece there, and then this.
So that's done.
Maybe we'll put this on here. Maybe we'll put the corner on.
Yeah, and that's done.
Making our way around. Is that what it is? Limb the wall. So down here we're coming around the corner, wrapping the bottom of the post, and that band essentially dives back into the treads of the stairs. Or something. That's quite nice. So there's that little fill piece into the corner there. A little notch around the deck. And we have a nice continuous line from this water table out onto the deck band. Looks nice. So we'll get these vertical pieces affixed permanently, and then we'll cap this column corner thing.
More better?
Yeah, it's like a nice snug fit now.
Other side. These corners just amaze me.
Hey, you can just, go right through there, no problem.
Yeah.
Yeah, that might work.
And that comes up, grade comes up a couple inches in there.
Yep. That is about it for, I think, just about everything. There's a little bit of small stuff here and there, but it's gonna basically look something like this. Ta-da! We are finishing up the basement windows now. So we have a trim board there along the bottom. That one's gonna be mostly below grade, so this will all get filled in. The bottom of the window will all get filled with rock, and that ends up kind of at the same level as the first course. So most of that bottom board is gonna be hidden beneath all that rock. And then we just have a few pieces to trim out the sides of the windows. And Donovan's working on getting that side kind of scribed to the shape of the block. It has a cool stair step effect. Very nice.
Trimmed. No nails.
Trimmed. One more thing off the list. All right, we're getting down to the last little bit of the exterior stuff now. So we're up here on the roof deck. Today we are installing the parapet cap. So our parapet wall here gets capped with some steel. So Donavan had these fancy pants caps made up at a steel shop, a sheet metal shop. So these will go on top of that wall, provide a nice waterproof cap on top, and the water can shed. It's going to be pitched to the inside. So we had two different legs on here. This is the exterior side, and then the interior side, because the wall is, shorter up here on this side. And that'll cap all of our buildup. So we have all of this stuff, and then the water will be able to just boop over the top. But if anything comes on top, it'll pitch into the pan. We're installing these pieces of siding, which will give the top of the parapet a little bit of back slope. Comes into the pan and finds its way out to the drains. So our little siding piece goes on first, and then we have these exterior pieces here, which go on the outside corner, and then these lock into those pieces on the outside, so we don't have any fasteners straight on top, because you don't really want to be poking holes in the horizontal surfaces. Very nice. I like that little band. So down here you can see how the actual cap clips into that little keeper piece. It just clips on right in there. And then we'll secure it in the front side here. And that keeps it attached to the parapet. It gets secured at the seams. So there's a little seam thingamabobbers. They cover the seam, and that's how it gets secured into the parapet. Alright, that takes care of the parapet cap, so that's all in there. Now working on the back wall. We're going to finish getting the siding tied back in and looking nice again. Donovan's also reflashing all over here, so they'll have a less chance of leaking some more.
Good?
Yeah. Alright, so that's all the siding for up here. I think you won't see us up here again until we do a railing. It's looking nice. So a couple of quick things to share before we wrap this one up. First off here, we got the final coat of the parge complete. So that was just skimmed on pretty thin and then back rolled with a paint roller, and that gave it a little bit of texture, kind of made the trowel lines disappear, and just this is a lot easier to do than a smooth finish, and I think that worked out really nicely. That paint roller did a really nice job of blending things out, just making it look super uniform and nice. And you can probably hear them. We got the AC units relocated. So back when we started this, these were over here on this side of the building. Actually, one was where the deck is now, and the other one would have been right in front of that window there. So those are all hooked up and ready to go in their final location. And that's gonna be about it for back here until we get some landscaping in here. This will be like a new path to back here. This will end up being inside of a garden bed or something. But we're not going to do the landscape project back here until we do the second phase and do the second story, because this will be our pathway through here with telehandler to be able to get material up onto the second floor of the house, which you can't even see way back in there. So this thing has come quite a long way, and that's pretty much it for the exterior now. I mean, for the longest time this was just a big white Tyvek box, and over the last several months it's really transformed into like an actual complete-ish looking thing. You know, there's still plenty of stuff that has to happen back here. The whole thing's got to get painted, which we'll do when the whole project is done. The whole house will get painted, but at least for now you can get an idea of the final look of the whole house, or the whole addition on the exterior here. And the craziest thing to me is just going back and looking and seeing just how far this has come. It's almost impossible for me to remember what this used to look like with the deck back here and the patio and everything, and just not having this structure here on the house. It's the weirdest experience I've ever had, going from an existing thing to like a hole in the ground to having a foundation and a structure to literally rise out of the ground to like an empty, soulless, lifeless box to something that's completely dressed up and looks pretty darn amazing. We're super happy with the way this worked out, and I'm really looking forward to getting the interior done and just seeing how that's all going to play through. I absolutely love, well, both of us, both Lindsay, myself, and the three of us, and Donavan, we also we love the fact that we decided to add this extra roof section on here and create this actual covered porch. I think that adds a whole lot more functionality and a whole lot more visual interest to this thing versus having the roof end right here and just having a little tiny roof on the bump out on the dining room. I think this is just working out great. I also, through this whole process, I have learned a whole lot about like just design and like the general architecture type mindset, and just I'm now noticing like all these little details that would have been totally lost on me before. So all these, cased openings, things that read as different things, and a uniform, consistent theme through the whole project. That is something that I never really paid much attention to before, but now I see it everywhere, and I'm just so grateful that I've been able to have the experience this far to be able to open my mind a little bit more on that side of things. So that is going to do it for this one. Next time we're going to go back inside finally and get started in there, covering all the walls with drywall and really transforming it from a construction site to something closer to a finished space. So thank you as always for watching. We greatly appreciate it. If you have any questions or comments on the home renovation, addition, or remodel thing, or anything at all, please feel free to leave us a comment. As always, we'll be happy to answer any questions you might have. And until next time, happy woodworking.